Good morning and welcome to Tomato Industries Detailing on this little foggy morning here on the far north coast. Quite foggy, lifting a little bit. I've had a lot of rain lately and there's probably more on its way today. But we've got this 2011 Tiguan to do today. So this is a prep for sale. The interior is mightily dirty, mightily dusty. Lots of stuff going on in there. Dogs involved, stains. Exterior wise, we're going to give it a good safe wash, decontamination and a one-stage polish, but there are scratches that need to be chased out, so there will be 2 stages in some areas. So I'll show you the scratches and stuff once I get it inside and all washed and clean. We'll just go for a little tour. Okay, so let's see here, this car's lives on a property. I actually just went and picked it up then off the property, and there's a lot of mud and dirt and what have you on the road to that property, especially at the moment. So we have the tyres, they've got a bit of a brown stain there and a bit of dirt and stuff. Actually nothing too bad going on there. Quite a bit of dust and dirt and sand and everything just along this area here on the panels, the lower door panels and the trim. It's quite dusty and quite dirty and muddy. I'll just continue this. So as per normal, we have some quite pronounced scratching and marring on the B pillars, so that's something that will need addressing. I'm not sure how much of that I will be able to get out, but be doing our best. The trim we're going to restore to a better looking state, so it's a little bit greyed out, so we'll get all the dead rubber off that and put a bit of Car Pro pearl on there. Generally with these cars also, inside here we get a fair bit of stuff going on, and we do have some stuff going on down in this area. This is the driver's side rear door. And continuing around the car, but I had a look inside the back here before. It's not too bad. So just on visual inspection, I had a look at this car the other day, and there's a few of the scratches that will be needed to, you can see running all around here, and there's more up there I can see already. So yeah, there's a bit of work to be done here. Quite a decent scratch on the B pillars again, this side. Have a look at the roof inside, but for now we'll have a look at what we're up to on the inside. So you can see the doors as I come in. We've got some staining. Upholstery's got some good brown staining here, so I'll need to get into that with some liquids and drag all that out with the upholstery tool. All the door cards are quite stained with dirt and stuff, so even the speakers. And we'll have a look down here. This is where it gets a wee bit interesting. So the high pressure cleaner will be madly at work today, and even in the door shuts we have quite a bit of the door frames, I should say, quite a bit of dirt and dust here. So these seats are going to be shampoo extracted. This one's not too bad, but we do have some stuff going on down here. But these will get a light shampoo extraction. Same with that. You can see sort of how there's a bit of a brown stain going on there on the centre armrest. While we're here, we'll look down in here, and we have our regulation debris, and there's evidence, I say, Your Honour, of the dog hair that we will be up against today. The mats, they've got quite a good bit of staining, and also around the carpet leading up under the dash. So yes, quite a bit of cleaning to be done here. All this white fabric here is that she had wool seat covers on, so that's still there, and down inside there we still have quite a bit of dust and debris in there with brushes and what have you. We shall go and Yeah, it's quite dusty. I don't know when this car was cleaned interior wise last, but I'm betting it was quite a long time ago. So yes, so with these doors I will be probably using super degreaser and a nylon upholstery tool brush to scrub them, and then going through with the wipe down with a microfiber cloth just to get all the stains and stuff out. Just come into the back area now, and we have fairly good look in there. So even that centre, the B pillar there, is quite dirty. Going down into the door frames, and once again under there, all muckety muck. Quite a bit of what have we got here? A double mat situation. Interesting. Oh, okay. So that's what we've got there. Now these seats go forward, but they don't go up, which makes cleaning in this area a little bit of a pain. But we will attempt to remove this back piece, hopefully, and I'll be able to get in there a bit better. You want to be like that, don't you? Alright, I'll just pull on the lever. So you can see it's quite sandy, dusty, and a wee bit stained, because I'm guessing this is where the dog was. So all this needs to be freshened up with the shampoo extraction machine. And in the back here. And you can look under these parcel shelves, so you can see the amount of dust we have going on here. It's quite impressive, actually. And under there we shall go, just to get all these little bits here. And what have we got here along the... Yes, along there we've got some good dust and dirt. So that'll be another pressure washer situation. Firstly, I spray some super degreaser and CT8, a mixture of super degreaser CT18 truck wash in there. Let that do its job, and then attack set areas with brushes, and also along where the rubber meets the road, just there. So I'm guessing this thing up here is all dusty and dirty, and you can see she comes all the way down right here. The struts are all dusty and dirty, and the back of the car is does have a lot of sand, dust, dirt, so this will need to be washed quite safely. You can see the extent once again just quickly. I'll show it more inside. And here we have the the driver's side. Don't you love it? So we've got quite a bit of debris, dust, we've got staining on the plastics. So it's going to be a roll your sleeves up tomato day and a rip in, and then we'll get to the polishing later on. And this being a black car, must be careful with the polishing. So in my opinion, the first step of polishing a black car is done at the washing and decontamination. That way, the more naked the paint, the less debris you're dragging around with your polisher and creating holograms or swirls on the black paint that shows up like nobody's business at the end of the day in the sun. So with the speakers here, once again, I get a brush, super degreaser CT18. I actually use my wheel brush, just your normal Viking wheel brushes and that, which would be not the ones you scrub with, but the handheld one with wooden handle and the fibres at the end. And I go in there and then drag all this dirt out with the upholstery tool. You can see the state of all down here, and once again we have a mud bath going on there. From memory, I'm just going back, and yes, we can impressive amount of dust and crap around this thing. Again, that B pillar. So the pre-wash is going to be very important. I'm going to do that now, and then I'm going to get on to the interior, because with the shampoo extracting we're going to need drying time with this one. So I believe part of the quote was also the engine bay, and if, you know, compared to the amount of dust and dirt and everything that's actually on here, the engine bay from memory was not too bad. Like, it does need a spruce up, but nothing too bad. So hopefully, as you can see, it's just got a bit of dust and dirt around the joint. So we'll be going in here, giving this a bit of a sprucey goosey, and declaring it nothing too radical. And of course, up under there, hopefully that's coming up. That needs a bit of a spruce up, and that will be it. Yeah, so the plan is we're going to do the washing now. There'll be intermittent showers throughout the day. It's okay now, so I'm going to have a crack at the wash and decontamination stages. Then bring it inside the shed, more set up in here, and we'll rip into the upholstery and finish up with the polishing at the end of the day. It's going to be a fairly long day, I know that, but that's okay. Alright, I hope you enjoy your day, and I'll catch up with you throughout this detail. Okay, bye. Alright, so welcome back to Tomato Industries Detailing. I've just brought the car back inside the shed, about to give it a IPO wipe down and then do some claying. But I just thought I'd show you. So generally when I do the mats, when they're this dirty, I'll actually hang them up on a fence or something like that. Something with a flat backing. Stick them up there with those two pegs and hit them with the high pressure cleaner. It works in summer. In hot weather, they're dry by the end of the day. And today, if it was sunny all day, I might have done it, but because we've got sort of showers coming through, we've already had about 5 or 6 just while I was washing the car. So yeah, I've gone for a sort of midway thing. So if we have a look, this was the dirtiest one. This is the driver's side. So, you know, it hasn't come up too bad. That's just to give you a look. This is the passenger side. So the driver's side was a lot worse. You know, it had a lot more brown stains. You can see the difference between that Tiguan and this Tiguan. No, it is not perfect. It's not pure white, but it is a lot better. So I'll go through the process I'm using to do that, and just to know that so you know that I'm out here, you know, facing all sorts of dangers in the wild Australian countryside. If I just pan up, so this is the entrance to the shed here, and if I pan upwards, right there, we have a big wasp nest. Now, there's hundreds of those things crawling around there, and the other day when I was up here, I didn't know about them, and I came up and I hit some mats on the side of the shed there, and all of a sudden down they swooped, and I had to fend them off with a flurry of punches, ducking, weaving, and then putting the door down very quickly. There are plans, I don't want to say this too loud, to you know, deal with those things, but yeah, this is what I'm up against. And there goes one there, a scout. Now I have noticed some of them are wearing a headband with a rising sun on it, so yeah, things could get hostile again. Hopefully it's on camera and you'll see me in action, but well, I'm hoping that's coming up because I can't really see through the glare at the moment. But yes, said wasp, look at them. Okay, nasty. Alright, I'll get back into this, set the tripod up and just show you how I'm doing this. Alright, so there you have it. So you saw degreaser first, Guide's Super Degreaser. Gave it a bit of a brush, especially in the parts where the brown stains were. Then I used the pump sprayer. It's got a product called Fiber Safe in it. It's a upholstery cleaner. And then I gave it a very good scrub. Then I used the extractor to get out as much moisture as I could, and then finished up with the H901T Alios, the blower. So this thing's got a heat function, and you know, I'm touching that and it's barely damp, you know. Let's see, I'd say half an hour in the sun, this thing would be good to go, which is a lot better. And you can see where all the water has come out of it, and also you may have noticed that the brush sliding down the table. I was a bit dubious, you know, it's not the biggest thing in the world, but by golly, by gee, it does blow. I'm pretty impressed with it. So they've got a bigger unit. That one was about 270, it was either 35 or 75 Australian dollars. So yeah, a good little unit. I just need to build. I only got it, it only arrived Friday, yesterday afternoon in the mail, and I was out working. I got home, the package was there, and I'm going to build a stand so I can sort of wheel it round. But this is where I'm at the moment, because I'd like to use it on the car. Also exterior blowing all the, so you know, it's done a pretty good job. All those stains are gone. The Tiguan signage is not white, but it's a lot better than what it was once again. And everything's got to be balanced with how much of a budget I've got, how much time I can spend on these mats. But you saw, basically I was able to clean this mat to this stage, and I'll give it another vacuum later just to get little bits of sand and debris just that's on it off. Give it a good wipe. The other areas, you know, all these edges, it's sort of got a nylon or rubber edge that can have dirt, so make sure you get in there. But it's clean and it's good to go. So, you know, it was under 5 minutes just to do that mat that way. I've got other ways to do them, but yeah, that one wasn't as bad as the driver's side, but it didn't take any longer, the driver's side. It was about the same process. So anyway, there we go. Okay, so welcome back. So I've done the interior, and now I'm just doing a couple of tests to see how I'm going to go about this, polishing this black. So I'm just trying to have a look at what we've got here. So you can see the amount of, all I've done here is given it a wash and a clay with fine clay. So you can see there is a bit of marring in that from the clay, but there is also a lot of swirls in this paint. So what I did was I got the old last cut and I stuck it on a rotary. I don't know if you're supposed to use it with a rotary. I didn't really. So I did this about halfway down, 50% of this panel, this section here, with the cutting pad, a Zen Tool white cutting pad, and then I did this section with a microfiber cutting pad using the last cut. So what I found was they both produce holograms pretty much. The cutting was, you know, it was sort of medium. It didn't really get in there, but I only ran the flex at 2 because I don't want to be chasing a lot of holograms and any marring from the polishing. So and then I tried a Euro pad to go over it and see what that went like, and it didn't go too bad. And I just finished off with a yellow Zen Tool pad. So we'll have a look, and you can see there's still a bit of hologramming through there and there. So it needs a little bit more of a finish. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure if the rotary is the way to go with this. It says it's compatible with microfiber, wool and foam pads. Okay. Yes, I bet you are. So in my opinion, I'm just trying to work out if I'll even use it. I think I need to sort of play around with it a bit. You still see there's a fair bit of stuff going on there. Yes, maybe it isn't a go for the rotary. So I might get the mini Zen tool out and run that over that panel, see if I can get rid of those holograms, and might have to put the rotary away, which will be a real bummer. I was hoping to use it tonight, but anyway. Right, so welcome back. Just about finished here outside. Just got to go inside, do all the get a last vacuum with windows, wipe down the frames. I'll be doing the tyres and that also. I just thought we'd have a little look at how we went. So I wasn't going for absolute perfection, but I was trying to get all those defects out. So haven't done too bad. I'd cut the polish on it. Johnny right on starts up as soon as I start filming. Side wing. Yeah, you will notice 1 or 2 scratches still in it there. As I said, we won't go on perfection, but as this car is for sale, one of the first things they look at is the bonnet, so I did an extra bit on there. Alright, so I'll clean this thing up and then take you over the car a little more thoroughly once I've finished. Okay. Alright, so welcome back to Tomato Industries Detailing, and here's a finished product. This is a 2011 VW Tourag, and you know, so it came in for a I was hoping a one-step polish with some cutting of some major scratches and swirls, but there was actually a bit more cutting needed to be done than I hoped, so it's gone a little bit overboard, this one. Interior wise, it got a full shampoo extraction. The seats and mats, carpet was loop carpet. There's no use shampoo extracting that. It's pretty much trashed, and it's had a lot of debris in it. The doors got a good scrubbing with super degreaser, cleaned the upholstery pads in the doors, and the headrest, and all the plastics dash. So it's come up pretty well. Some of the scratches unfortunately are just too big, so this car's for sale. I was asked to sort of give it an enhanced polish, and you may see these ones here across just here. They're just too big. I can't get them out. I actually use Carpo Clear, and yeah, you know, I used a foam wool pad, Carpo Clear, and they're just too deep, and I don't want to take any chances. The rest of it came up pretty well, but the old bonnet. So I did a full 2-stage polish on this bonnet, which was with using a microfiber, Maguire's microfiber cutting pad on what was it I used on there? I actually used the last compound, that's right, and then finished it with Menzena 4000. And for those that say the last compound doesn't dust or doesn't haze, well, I'm here to tell you it does. And there's no problems. There's not much that doesn't dust or haze when you start doing cutting, but it works pretty well. as you can see. It's my first go with it too, so I probably need a few, and it's a black car, so you know. So I probably need a little bit of, you know, dialing it in, you might say. So it's just about to go back. Will's got this is going on the road this afternoon, so I just put some optic tie bond on the tyres. I'll go from this property to another property, so it'll probably get all dusty and stuff again. But I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I did. I got no holograms. I used the rotary quite a lot on this car. I just needed to, once I found out just how much cutting. So I used foam wall pads, and then actually did the finishing with a blue hex logic finishing pad. So they're one up from the black one, the softest one. And it was able to get out all the haze from whether I used Carpro Clear or the last compound. So the Menzerner with 4000 with a blue finishing pad. Right, we'll have a quick look inside. So as I said, all the seats got a good wash and weller. This car had so much, it's got 7 years of dust and dirt in it, and it was filthy, you might say. It was really full on, but I got there. There was a lot of dust and dirt in this car. Down around here, it's pretty damaged, to be honest. There's a lot of scuff marks on the plastic that I can't do anything about, unfortunately. And I did clean all the door sills and door jambs. There's those back seats, pretty good. Under here, been done. That's scratched up to the crap back there. So back here, it's just got a really good vacuum and clean up this area. Cleaned up all inside those vents, they were quite dusty. Did a good clean up of all the rubbers along here. Don't know if you can actually see that the sun was in my eyes. I don't know if it was actually filming anything or anything, but there it is. See how that goes. And there's all that was absolutely filthy with mud and stuff down there. So all these, oh, there's a hair. All these upholstery got a good clean. There's the mats. I'm not sure if you can see them, but they've all been brought out, given a good clean. There's a hell of a lot of dust in this car. What's your dust though? Oh, I'm happy to be over it, to be honest with you. This is full on. There was, that's right, there was one big, there was one big brown stain. That's right, it was just here. I remember from the beginning. Oops, it's just there in that area. So I got him right out. Yeah, loop carpet. Oh man, what a, you know, it had 7 years of dirt in there, and I tell you, it didn't give up any very easily. Oh, you know, I can see something. All right, a couple of areas I want to just quickly wipe before I take it back. All right, so that's it. There's the old. Unfortunately, there's no trees around here or anything. I can't get much of a reflection. I would have liked to have gotten, because this has come up pretty well, this bonnet. Pretty happy with that. Alright, so I hope you had a good weekend, and I'm off to make some spaghetti. I got that feeling. Sunday night, spaghetti night. Get the smelly cheese out and away we go. Alright, I'll catch you later.